Here's something nobody at the dealership will tell you. The luxury SUV you're looking at, the one with the premium badge, the massaging seats, the panoramic roof, is going to lose more money than most people make in a year. Not over a decade, in 3 to 5 years. IC Cars analyzed over 950,000 used car transactions, and the numbers on these 6 are genuinely hard to look at. We're talking $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in lost value. On vehicles, people paid 6 figures for. If you already own one, I'm sorry. If you're about to buy one, stop. Watch this first. Because the number 1 on this list lost 72% of its value, and the people who bought it didn't see it coming. Number 6. Land Rover Discovery. Look, the Land Rover Discovery has one of the most loyal owner communities in the entire SUV segment. People who buy these love them. I really love them. And that loyalty is exactly what makes this so painful to talk about. Buy a Discovery today for $73,000, drive it for 5 years. Come back to sell it. You'll have roughly $25,500 left. That's not a typo. $47,000 gone in 5 years on a vehicle you paid luxury money for. The air suspension is the story nobody tells you at purchase. It works beautifully for the first 3 to 4 years. Then it starts. One corner drops, a sensor fails, the compressor goes. Each repair individually isn't catastrophic, but they stack, and they stack fast. By year 5, owners aren't just dealing with depreciation. They're deciding whether the next repair bill is worth paying on a vehicle already worth half what they paid. The Discovery's problem isn't that it's a bad SUV, it genuinely isn't. The problem is that it's an expensive SUV to maintain, and the used market prices are without mercy. One owner on Land Rover forums wrote, "I knew depreciation would be rough. I didn't know the repair bills would hit at the same time the value fell off a cliff. Both at once is something nobody prepares you for." Beautiful. SUV, brutal ownership math. And this is the least painful entry on this list. Number 5. Lincoln Navigator. Here's the thing about the Lincoln Navigator. It's genuinely impressive in person. Massive, plush, the kind of vehicle that turns heads in a school pickup line. Ford clearly put real effort into the interior, and it shows. The resale market doesn't care. Lincoln Navigators purchased for $100,000 are trading hands in the low $50,000 after just 2 years. 2 years of ownership. Less than 30,000 miles in most cases. And the reason isn't one single failure, it's a combination of factors hitting simultaneously. Recall history across the 2022 to 2025 model years spooked used buyers. The brand perception gap between Lincoln and Cadillac in the full-size luxury SUV segment is real, and it shows up directly in trade-in offers. And used buyers shopping at this price point simply have more compelling options. That last point matters more than people realize. When someone is spending $55,000 on a used SUV, they're cross-shopping against a used Escalade, a used G-Wagon, a used Range Rover. Lincoln isn't winning that conversation on brand prestige, which means it has to win on price. And winning on price means the value keeps dropping until it does. One owner wrote, "Traded mine after 26 months. The offer was $51,000 on a truck I paid $97,000 for. The salesperson looked genuinely uncomfortable showing me the number. I was too. $46,000 in 26 months. The Navigator is impressive on the road. The trade-in slip is a different experience entirely." Number 4. Maserati Levante. Real talk. I understand why people buy the Maserati Levante. The badge, the exhaust note, the feeling of driving something genuinely Italian in a segment full of German conformity. There's a romance to it that makes complete sense at the moment of purchase. Then the years pass. The Levante loses close to $65,000 in value over 5 years. On a vehicle that started around $90,000, what does her per run? That's losing nearly 72 cents of every dollar spent. The infotainment system, which felt premium at launch, has aged into something that feels genuinely outdated against current rivals. Parts are expensive. Specialist mechanics are rare outside major cities. And Stellantis, Maserati's parent company, absorbed a €22 billion loss in the second half of 2025, which does nothing to reassure used buyers about long-term brand support. The used market is pricing in all of that simultaneously. And it isn't being gentle about it. One owner on the Maserati Live forum wrote, "The car still turns heads. The repair quotes stopped surprising me around year 3. The trade-in offer at year 4 actually made me laugh. Not happy laughing." Italian passion is real. Italian depreciation is realer. But the next one on this list isn't Italian. It isn't even particularly exotic. It's American. And the collapse is somehow worse. If you're watching this because you own one of these, hit that like button right now. Because what's coming in the top 3 is where the numbers go from painful to genuinely shocking. These next ones aren't just depreciating fast. The people who bought them did everything right, researched, waited, paid fair market value, and still got destroyed. Stay with me. Number 3, Infiniti QX80. Now the Infiniti QX80 is a genuinely capable full-size luxury SUV. Strong V8, spacious interior, decent reliability record compared to some of the others on this list. On paper, it makes a reasonable case for itself. The market has responded by removing 69% of its value in 5 years. Buy a 2026 QX80 at $83,750, which is the current starting price after Infiniti raised it again this year. Drive it for 5 years at average mileage. CarEdge's depreciation calculator projects a resale value of $25,576. That's $58,000 gone. More than most people's annual salary, evaporated in 5 years of normal ownership. The core problem is structural. The QX80 shares its platform with the Nissan Armada, a truck that starts at $20,000 less. Used buyers know this. When they're shopping for a $35,000 SUV, they're comparing the QX80 against rivals with stronger brand prestige and stronger service networks. Infiniti's dealer footprint is actively contracting. The Q50 sedan just got discontinued. The brand that peaked at 153,000 US sales in 2017 sold 58,700 units in 2024. That's not a brand gaining strength. That's a brand the market is quietly walking away from. One owner wrote, "Great truck, terrible investment. My mechanic keeps asking why I haven't traded it yet. The answer is, I'm waiting for an offer that doesn't make me feel sick. Still waiting. Still waiting. At 69% down." That's where the QX80 leaves its owners. Number 2. BMW X7 2019 to 2023. Here's where it gets really interesting, because the BMW X7 shouldn't be on this list. It's BMW's flagship SUV. 3. Rose. $100,000 base price. The kind of vehicle BMW builds to make a statement about what the brand represents at its absolute best. Early Model X7 owners are sitting on trade-in offers that would make you wince. 2019 to 2022, model year X7s, purchased in the $110,000 to $129,000 range, are currently trading in the $55,000 to $65,000 range. 3 to 4 years of ownership. $60,000 to $65,000 gone. The engine recall history on early units rattled used buyer confidence hard. And here's the specific problem with BMW depreciation that almost nobody explains clearly. The warranty cliff. BMW's original warranty runs 4 years. The moment that warranty expires, a specific type of buyer, the one who wants the BMW experience without the BMW out-of-pocket repair costs, immediately lists the vehicle. That wave of supply hits the used market at exactly the moment demand for aging luxury technology is already softening, both things at once, every year, like clockwork. 1. Owner on Bimmer Forum wrote, "Bought it at $119,000 in 2021. Warranty expired in 2025. The dealer offered $61,000. I had genuinely not done the math before that moment. I wish I had. He wishes he'd done the math. $58,000 worth of math he missed. Number 1. Jaguar I-PACE. Let me be honest with you. The Jaguar I-PACE is the most dramatic depreciation story of any luxury SUV sold in the last decade, and the people who bought it weren't reckless. They were early adopters. They believed in something. 72.2% value loss in 5 years. That is the single worst depreciation figure of any luxury vehicle in IC Car's entire database. On a vehicle that launched at $70,000 to $80,000, that's $50,000 to $58,000 gone. Not slowly, not gradually. It fell off a cliff and kept falling. 3 separate forces hit the I-PACE simultaneously, and none of them was survivable in combination. First, EV technology moved faster than anyone predicted. The I-PACE launched with genuinely impressive specs in 2019. By 2024, its range and charging speed looked modest next to newer rivals. Technology depreciation on top of normal depreciation is a compounding problem that conventional luxury vehicles don't face. Second, Jaguar's brand collapse. We covered this in our brand's video, 49 cars sold across all of Europe in April 2025. When a brand essentially disappears from the market, used buyers start asking a serious question: who fixes this in 5 years? For a complex electric vehicle that requires specialist knowledge and proprietary software, that question has no reassuring answer. Third, Jaguar discontinued the I-PACE in 2025. Orphaned. No production, no evolution, no reason for the used market to hold its value. One owner on Jaguar forums wrote, "I love this car, still do, but I bought a vehicle and accidentally also bought a bet on a company. The company lost. So did I." He loved the car. He just didn't know he was also making a corporate bet when he signed the paperwork. 72% down. Discontinued. No plan B. The I-PACE isn't a cautionary tale about electric vehicles. It's a cautionary tale about buying into a brand that was already running out of road. 6 luxury SUVs, ranging from painful to genuinely historic. The discovery that hits you with depreciation and repair bills at the same time. The Navigator, whose owner waited for an offer that didn't make him feel sick, and a Jaguar I-PACE, whose owner accidentally bought a bet on a company and lost both.